When your cat follows you everywhere, from one room to another, do you actually know what it means? Most people think it's just because they're curious, or maybe they want food, or they're just being a little clingy. And sure, it looks adorable. It feels like they just enjoy being around you. But here's what they miss. That behavior isn't random, and it's not just about curiosity or habit. The truth is deeper than that. When your cat keeps choosing to stay close to you, they're actually trying to communicate something in the only way they know how. This is about attachment, about trust, about where they feel safest in the world. And if you misunderstand it, you might be missing a message they've been quietly sending you every single day. Because this isn't just a small habit. It's one of the clearest emotional signals your cat can give. And what it really means, especially when they follow you even with no reason at all, might completely change the way you see your cat. So, why do they really do it? Have you ever noticed how your cat follows you even into the most boring places, like the bathroom, or when you're just walking around with no clear purpose? Most people assume it's simple. Maybe your cat is just curious. Maybe they're hoping you'll feed them. Or maybe they've just formed a random habit of trailing behind you. But that's not what's really happening. In a cat's world, nothing is random, especially not where they choose to be. Cats don't define home the way we do. It's not about walls or rooms, it's about where they feel safe. And over time, that sense of safety becomes attached to something very specific. You. Behaviorists often explain that cats build mental maps of their environment based on comfort, predictability, and emotional security. And when your cat follows you from room to room, they're not just wandering through space. They're staying close to the one place that feels stable in their world. So when your cat follows you, they're not just going somewhere. They're staying with what feels safe. Now think about this. Why does your cat still follow you even when nothing interesting is happening? You're not holding food. You're not playing. Sometimes you're just sitting, scrolling, or doing absolutely nothing. And yet, they're still there. Most owners think it's just habit. But cats don't follow habits the way humans do. They're incredibly sensitive to subtle signals, especially scent, movement, and routine. Every time you move, you leave behind a trail of information. Your scent carries familiarity. Your pace tells them what might happen next. Even your daily rhythm becomes something they learn to read. Studies in feline behavior suggest that cats use proximity as a way to stay in sync with individuals they consider important. It's not passive, it's intentional. So when your cat follows you, they're not just tagging along, they're observing you, reading you, adjusting to you. In their own quiet way, they're staying connected. But here's something most people never stop to question. Does your cat follow everyone in your home like this? Or is it always you? It's easy to assume cats treat everyone the same, that they're just generally social or generally needy. But cats are incredibly selective. They don't give their attention freely. They don't attach to just anyone, and they definitely don't follow every human from room to room. So when your cat consistently chooses to follow you, not someone else, that's not random behavior. That's a choice. Researchers often refer to this as preferred human bonding, where a cat identifies one person as their primary emotional anchor. And interestingly, this choice isn't always based on who feeds them the most. It's based on who feels predictable, who feels safe, who feels right. So when your cat follows you everywhere, they're not just being clingy, they're choosing you. And once you start to see that, this behavior stops feeling small and starts feeling personal. But what's even more surprising is that this behavior doesn't just come from emotion. It's also deeply rooted in something much older, something instinctive. But what if this behavior didn't just come from emotion, but from something much older? Have you ever wondered why your cat seems to track you so closely, almost like they need to know where you are at all times? Most people think it's just a personality trait. Maybe their cat is more clingy than others. Maybe it's just how they are. But in reality, this behavior goes much deeper than personality. In the wild, cats are both predators and potential prey. That means they are constantly aware of their surroundings, always paying attention to movement, to presence, to anything that could affect their safety. And one of the ways they do that is by keeping track of important individuals in their environment. Behaviorists often point out that cats instinctively monitor those they rely on, not out of dependency, but out of survival logic. Knowing where a trusted figure is helps them feel in control of their space. So when your cat follows you from room to room, they're not just being curious. They're keeping you within their safe awareness zone, because in their world, losing track of something important can feel unsafe. And when that something important becomes you, following you becomes instinct. Now think about this in a more personal way. Have you ever noticed how your cat doesn't just follow you, but stays within a certain distance? Not too far, not too close, just enough to always be near you. Most people don't think twice about this. They assume their cat just likes being around. But that distance is not random. Cats are incredibly sensitive to space. In their social behavior, distance equals trust. The closer they allow themselves to be, the safer they feel. And here's the key part. Cats don't stay close to what makes them uncomfortable. They don't follow what they don't trust. Studies on feline social bonding show that cats maintain proximity only with individuals they feel secure around. It's their way of saying, I don't need to guard myself here. So when your cat chooses to stay near you, consistently, calmly, without hesitation, they're not just being affectionate. They're showing you something much deeper. They feel safe with you. And maybe you've seen this before. You move to another room and within seconds, your cat quietly appears again. No sound, no demand, just presence. It's easy to overlook moments like that. But if this is starting to change the way you see your cat, take a second to notice it more closely next time. Because what seems like a small, quiet behavior is actually one of the strongest forms of connection a cat can offer. But here's where it gets even more interesting. What if your cat isn't just following you to feel safe? What if they're actually trying to align their entire world with yours? Some behavior researchers suggest that cats don't just bond emotionally, they synchronize. They begin to match your patterns, your movement, even your energy levels over time. And following you is just the beginning of that process. It's how they stay connected. It's how they stay close. And it might be leading to something even deeper. Something most owners never realize until it changes. Have you ever noticed how your cat doesn't just follow you, but somehow starts living on your rhythm? They wake up when you wake up. They rest when you slow down. They seem to appear exactly when you move, almost like they knew before you did. Most people never think much about this. They assume it's coincidence or just a flexible routine. But what if it's not? What if your cat isn't just following you, but actually syncing their life to yours? Researchers who study feline behavior often describe this as social synchronization. Over time, cats begin to mirror the patterns of the individuals they trust the most. Not because they have to, but because it creates a shared sense of stability. In the wild, survival depends on reading and aligning with the environment. And when a cat forms a bond, you become part of that environment. So they adjust. Your movements become signals. Your habits become anchors. Your presence becomes a timeline they follow. And slowly, without you even noticing, your lives start to overlap. So when your cat follows you everywhere, it's not just about where you are. It's about staying in rhythm with you. That's not curiosity. That's connection. But here's the part most people don't realize until it's too late. What happens when your cat suddenly stops? Have you ever experienced that moment? The house feels quieter. You move from room to room, and they're not there anymore. No soft footsteps behind you. No silent presence waiting just around the corner. Most people assume it's nothing. Maybe the cat is just tired. Maybe they found a new spot. Maybe they're just being independent for a while. But sometimes, it means more. Because when a cat chooses to follow you, it's an active behavior. It's a decision they make again and again, every day. And when that behavior changes, especially suddenly, it can reflect a shift happening beneath the surface. Behaviorists often note that changes in proximity patterns can signal emotional or environmental changes, stress, discomfort, confusion, or even a subtle break in trust. Not always something dramatic, but something real. Because cats don't just stop following for no reason. They stop when something inside them changes. And that's what makes this behavior so important. It's not just about the times they're there. It's about what it means when they're not. So if your cat still follows you, from the kitchen to the bedroom, from one quiet moment to the next, that's not something small. That's something alive. It means they still see you as part of their safe world. It means they still choose to stay close. It means, they're in their own quiet way, they're still connected to you. And maybe, for the first time, you're starting to realize, this was never just a habit. So what does all of this really mean? What your cat is doing isn't random, and it isn't something small. When your cat follows you everywhere, from one quiet moment to the next, they're not just being curious, and they're not just looking for food or attention. What looks like a simple habit is actually something much deeper, something emotional, something intentional. Your cat isn't just walking behind you. They're choosing to stay close to you. They're choosing you as the place where they feel safe, where they feel calm, where they don't have to be on guard. In a world that, for them, is built on instinct and caution, that choice means everything. They're communicating in the only way they know how, through presence, through proximity, through quiet consistency. And what looks small to you may be one of the strongest signs of trust your cat can offer. Because cats don't follow what they don't trust. They don't stay close to what makes them unsure. So when your cat keeps showing up room after room, day after day, they're not just passing time. They're telling you something. They're telling you that with you, they feel secure. That with you, they feel connected. That with you, they've found something rare. You are home.